Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Toastmasters Club's Pune Northeast. I am Meenu, the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. Today we are going to discuss fear factors, how fear shapes our mind. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Biswarupa, is going to explain it further in the meeting. Before going ahead, let me read out the mission statement of Toastmasters. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed, let me set a few ground rules. Please turn off your noise-making devices or set them on silent mode. Please keep your microphone on mute unless it's your turn to speak. Maintain a broad smile throughout the meeting. You can use the emojis, thumbs up, and claps to react throughout the meeting. Please welcome our President of the opening address, Toastmaster Kamya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenu. Am I visible and audible? Thank you. Good evening, dear members and guests. My name is Kamya Parab, and I'm the president of Toastmasters Club of Pune Northeast. I welcome everyone for our 372nd chapter meeting. I remember my first day of Toastmasters meeting. Toastmaster Sandeep was playing the role of table topic master, and he called me on stage for table topic, and I started chanting, no, not me, not me, not me, not me, not me. And you know how it goes. The past is history and today is the present. I was afraid because of Toastmasters, and today whoever I am is because of Toastmasters, and this is the secret of Toastmasters. So I wish all of you to know the secret of Toastmasters, and I wish everyone to have a great meeting. With that, let's take one more step and have one more thing. So today we have 3 new members, and they are Toastmaster Neha Rajput, Toastmaster Mrityunjay Sinha, and Toastmaster Radha Mandolkar. I welcome you all. And as it is your first meeting, we will be having your induction ceremony. So I request Toastmaster Meenu to spotlight each one of them, and we can start with the induction ceremony. Let me know whenever we are ready. Perfect. So, membership in this club and in Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with its many rewards. Yet, it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently toward your own self-development, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goal, and maintain a positive intent. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. Please face your fellow members and affirm your membership by stating, I do. In the presence of my fellow members of Toastmasters Northeast Club Pune, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assessment. Do you stand by this oath?
Yes. Yes, I do.
To apply myself to the requirements outlined in Toastmasters educational program. Do you state by this oath?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
To regularly and fully participate in club activities.
Yes, I do.
I do.
To evaluate others in a positive and constructive manner.
Yes, I do.
I
To
do.
build open and friendly relationships with my fellow members.
Yes, I do.
I do.
And to bring new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters.
Yes.
Perfect. With that, I would like to welcome each one of you in Toastmasters Club of Pune Northeast, and I wish you to have a great and encouraging and fun-loving experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, moving ahead with our guest introduction, I would like to call upon visiting Toastmaster Gio to give his introduction. A nice introduction can be who you are, what you do, and how you got to know about Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, President Kamaya. Well, I'm from Kochi. I'm from Kochi Toastmasters Club in Kerala. I'm here as a visiting Toastmaster. I work as software engineer here in Kochi. I work for a Hong Kong-based firm. We specialize in data management. And I came to know about the Pune Northeast Club from I believe a mutual friend of ours. And yeah, super excited to meet you all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gio, and thank you for taking the role of evaluator. I hope you enjoyed today's meeting. I would like to call upon visiting Toastmaster Chintan to give few words, to share a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Toastmaster Chintan NP Sheth. By profession, I'm a pharma researcher in clinical research, and my home club is Eloquent Toastmaster Club. This is a club which I regularly visit to learn and enjoy. One of the best meetings I have. So here I am again. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. Hope you enjoyed today's meeting. And now, with the benefit of time, we'll just wrap this up. So I would just request you to kindly let me know how you got to know about Toastmasters and what you do in short. So next, moving on, I would like to call upon Palak Garg. Palak Garg.
Hello, hi. My name is Palak Garg. I'm a second year student at the Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce. And I got to know this by my uncle. I went to him for a career counseling session. So that's why I got to know about this club.
That's really amazing. And thank you for joining us. Hope we connect soon. And thank you. Hope you enjoy today's meeting. Toastmaster Arjun Rao.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I am a Toastmaster from a Vizag club called Coastline. However, have moved recently and I am looking for a nearby club, so I just come here now. I guess I just go out around. I don't know what. I'm just going around.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy. Guest Shweta. Guest Shweta Sharma, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, all of you. I am Shweta Sharma. As a profession, I'm a placement officer, and I got to know about the Toastmaster by Dr. Kavaljit Madam. And I want to join this club to enhance my communication skills and leadership quality. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shweta. Hope you enjoyed today's meeting. Guest Ashutosh Kumar.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Ashutosh. I'm the first year student in Delhi Law College Center 1, Delhi University. Right now, I'm residing in Pune. I think I'm looking forward to take most of this meeting, like great learning experience through this meeting.
Thank you, and hope you get what you're looking for. And thank you for joining. Guess I can't see anyone. Can someone help me? Okay. Toastmaster Manish. Okay, seeing no response, moving ahead. Guest Balvi.
Hello everyone, good evening. I am from Uttarakhand and recently I joined Madhapur Toastmaster Club in Hyderabad, and I'm IT professional and want to improve my leadership skills, so I joined Toastmasters. This is the first meeting I'm attending here.
Thank you so much. It is it's a great pleasure to have you, and hope you enjoy today's meeting. I'm so sorry if I miss anyone, and we'll cover all the guests at the end of the meeting to get your feedbacks. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Biswarupa. Toastmaster Biswarupa, over to you. Toastmaster Biswarupa, are you here?
Yes, yes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Toastmaster Biswarupa, and I'm playing the role of Toastmaster of the day for today. And the theme of today is fear factor. Before beginning, I just want to check with every one of you, like, do you pose some or the other kind of fear in your life? You can just raise your hand. All of us, we have got some other fear in our life, maybe some kind of physical or some kind of psychological or emotional, some kind of fears in our life. As it is being said that too many of us cannot live our dream life because we lead a life of fears, as it is said by Les Brown. So what is fear? Fear is very powerful, primitive and natural, and it is present in form of physical and also emotional. As like when we get some kind of fear, then our physical responses are like increase in heartbeat or sweating, etc. And fear generally comes, or it just gets triggered when we see some unforeseen danger, risk, or harm that is going to happen. So and anyone from the audience can just give some hint?
We couldn't hear your question.
Okay, why do this fear exist?
Can I go?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So fear, see, there are certain footprints created in your mind, and that creates a worry, and worry leads to a fear. So whenever such situation repeats in our life, it triggers, and the adrenaline flows in your body, and the situation gets created, the fear gets created.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep. So fear is basically programmed into our nervous system and acts as our survival instinct. Since the day or since the time we were infants, it acts as our survival instincts. Like when some kind of fly, it comes in front of our eyes, then we just close our eyes for a fraction of second, even without realizing or even without knowing what kind of danger or risk or harm that fly or insect is going on. Survival instinct. And when we face some or any kind of danger, it just helps us to the survival instincts, it helps us to know how to deal with it. So when that fear comes, we know more about the fear, and also it helps the survival instinct helps us to teach or to let us know how to deal with it. So now let me proceed forward towards our original Toastmasters meeting. So Toastmasters meeting is generally divided into three parts or three sections. The first is prepared speeches, where the speakers, they have spent time to write the script of the speeches and also rehearse and then give their speeches in front of the Toastmasters. And then second is the table topic master, where the table topics will be assigned to the two individual speakers, and they have to talk about the evaluation section, where the main or the principal evaluator, the general evaluator, very close watch on each and individual activity that is going to happen throughout the meeting, and is going to give a detailed report about that. And secondly, no meeting or no session is going to complete without a team of role. And it is also, this Toastmasters meeting is also the same. Here, our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rani, has already played her role very beautifully, sharp at 7 o'clock. And now, the principal of this Toastmaster meeting, Toastmaster Sanat, I welcome Toastmaster Sanat to come forward and also to introduce his tag team for how they are going to conduct the meeting. Please help me to welcome General Evaluator Toastmaster Sanat.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Biswarupa. Good evening. I am Toastmaster Sanat, the General Evaluator for today. So my job is to keep an eye on entire meeting right from the minute I have joined till the end of the meeting, and I'll be giving my report. I'll also be introducing my tag team, which consists of timer, R counter, and grammarian. The timer for today is Toastmaster Neha. I request Toastmaster Neha to come on stage and explain her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanat. I am Toastmaster Neha. I'm the timer for today's meeting. My role is to evaluate all the speakers and role players. I'll be using some devices to time everyone. I would like to share my screen for the same. Okay, so the standard timings are 5 to 7 minutes for the prepared speech, 1 to 2 minutes for the table topic speakers, and 2 to 3 minutes for the evaluation. If we have an icebreaker speaker, we have 4 to 6 minutes for that. Green light over here means that you can carry on. Yellow light is a warning. Red light means that you need to stop. A 30 minutes grace period is provided to all the speakers. I would present my reports when called upon. I'll stop sharing my screen now. All the best to all the speakers. Don't break out in a cold sweat. I'll now handle the control to Toastmaster Sanat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Neha, for that excellent explanation for your role. Now I call the R counter for today, Toastmaster Yash, to explain his role.
Welcome and good evening, fellow Toastmasters. First of all, sorry to be late to the meeting. Today, I shall be the R counter for the day. Just imagine you are on a car ride and you are taking a road full of bumps. You sure won't feel like driving or will take another road. Similarly, while speaking, we tend to use a lot of filler words or crutch words that tends to distract the audience. So in this role, I will be listening to those filler words like but, so, like, etc. and will be presenting my report to you at the end. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yash, for that explanation. Now I call upon the language editor, Toastmaster Revati, to explain her.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanat. Good evening to everyone. I hope it has been a good start, because now, as a point of view, remember, language is what we are here for, to learn and to succeed. And as a part of my job here is to evaluate and check how you guys are having conversations. What language are you using? Is it proper or improper? And to be able to judge that, I will be noting down each of your good stuff, good usage, and as well as not so good usage. And we'll share the report at the end of the meeting. For now, I would like to tell you and share my screen to tell you about the idiom of the day and word of the day. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. The word of the day is frail. Now, when you say it, you think of fragile. No, fragile is something that is breakable, but frail is something that is also breakable and something that is weak. Whenever you think next time frail, think of weak, something like a glass, which may be just hanging on the wall, or maybe someone who's old, who's not in the best health. Now, some of the examples that I can suggest you is suddenly a frail looking man with white hair and beard and blazing eyes slipped into the room. The country's frail economy will be in shambles if the government does not act soon. Now you see the difference in the usage. Frail can be used as someone's health as well as to portray that you are weak. It could be economy, it could be a person's health or something else. For the idiom of the day, it is break out in cold sweat. Now think of it like you are performing in a stage and you suddenly start to get nervous. You realize your entire shoulders are sweating, your armpits are sweating. That's what it is, breaking out in cold sweat, to be frightened and anxious to the point that you start sweating. I was so frightened that I broke out in cold sweat. It was a terrifying experience, a nightmare. I still could come out in cold sweat. Now, this is the word of the day and idiom of the day. I would suggest everyone to give it a try while Biswarupa is helping us trying to experience what is the fear factor. Try to use how we can break out in cold sweat. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Revati, for that excellent explanation for the word and idiom and how to use it. I'll be back in the last session of the meeting for evaluations. Now I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sanat. So moving ahead with the theme of today, whether fear helps us or harms us. Fear is a very important human emotion, and it helps us to foresee or see or measure any unforeseen danger that is lying in front of us, and also to take the necessary action on behalf of it. But at the same time, how does it harm? How does it harm? It harms us because when the fear stays inside us for a sustained period of time, then it creates anxiety inside us. Now let's move ahead with the first session of today's meeting, that is prepared speeches. Now I welcome Evaluator for today's for first speech, that is Toastmaster Virendra's Evaluator, Toastmaster Geo, right?
Sandeep.
Okay, Toastmaster Sandeep, I welcome Toastmaster Sandeep. I'm really sorry. I request Toastmaster Sandeep to come forward and share the speech details of Toastmaster Virendra. Over to Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, TMOD Biswarupa. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Sandeep. My target speaker today is Toastmaster Virendra. He is working in IT sector and based out of Pune. He likes to achieve his goal without disturbing his family life. Very clear thoughts. He is attempting his level 1 project 2 from Pathway Presentation Mastery. His speech topic is Life is beautiful, don't make it complicated. The purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. Timer, please note the timing of speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to Toastmaster Virendra. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Biswarupa.
I welcome Toastmaster Virendra to come forward and give his speech. Life is beautiful, don't make it complicated. Toastmaster Virendra. Toastmaster Virendra, life is beautiful, don't make it complicated. Over to you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, distinguished guests. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Virendra,
Virendra, you are on mute. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. Hello, Toastmasters. So this is my second speech, and our topic is Life is Beautiful and Don't Make It Complicated. So this is a beautiful topic means in my mind, and I want to deliver it now. So no one knows their future, right? You all are agree with this statement. Then why we are so worried about it? This is something in our mind which will create something that we don't want to be like that. Okay, so as of now, I can see so many things more oftenly, I can say, like road rage, fighting with each other, arguing, depression. So these kind of habits, or I can say the people are applying on their daily life. Okay, and due to this, they are feeling depressed in some days. So how we can overcome from this situation, or why it is happening in our daily life? So my personal point of view is there are some factors, like they are not organized, they are not having such goals, and they are living their life freely. Okay, and due to this, they are doing some such bad things. Okay, and also due to the bad food, bad habits, these are some basics behind this situation, bad situations, I can say. So how can we overcome? So there are so many factors, but I will choose one factor, and due to this time limit, the sleepless night. So how can we overcome? Because if they are not sleeping properly, then definitely there means too much burden in their mind and too much responsibility. They cannot manage it easily, right? So I have something in my mind, and which I have applied from 2022, and after that, I can see so many positives in me. One is, if you are having a problem of sleepless night, then do one thing. Take a shower half an hour before for your sleep with warm water, because now the weather is cold, so you can take a warm water shower. It will give you, or it will overcome from the sleepless night situation. And I have applied it, and it is working for me. Second thought in my mind is, the most beautiful part of this planet is time of the most beautiful time of this planet is morning time, when the sun rises. Most of the people are not able to see it because of their tiredness, because of their laziness. What do we do? And also the factor is they are having such a sleeping time, like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. What do we do to overcome from that situation? I have one formula for it, and that is you can go to your bed early, then you will be wake up early in the morning. Simple. That is also I have applied, and I have seen some benefits of it. Right? I have seen on daily basis. I can see the red sun. Okay, when the sun rises, it is in red color. It is beautiful. Birds are rippling. Okay, and the atmosphere are so beautiful. I am doing my yoga, meditation, and the walking also during that time without any pollution. It is immense pleasure for me to see this beautiful of this planet, and I want everyone to do something for this. Third thing is, while getting up, okay, got up from your right side. It will give you a confidence and disease-free life. That is also someone said, like Sadhguru said this thing, and I have applied this also. When you wake up, you have to got up from your right side, not from your left side. One more thing, the laziness, which I mentioned in my topic, in my previous speech. So how can we overcome from that situation? Tiredness or laziness? You can do one thing. When you wake up, do one thing. You rub your hand for a minute, or once it is warm, keep it in your eyes for a minute or so. Definitely, it will give you a tiredness-free life, I can say. You cannot feel tiredness at all. Okay, so that is also one thing. And the last but not the least, okay, when you wake up, do a smile in your face, because you don't know, around 2.5 lakh people lost their life daily basis, and you are the lucky one who can see the world today. So thanks to your God every day for giving you another day to do something for you and for your family. So these are some basics for the sleeping. And for this topic, I would say life is beautiful. So do something like organize your life, Okay, what are the tasks you have? You have to organize it. Set your timetable. Okay, set your goals and try to achieve them. That is one thing. Another thing is you forget to talk to your parents on daily basis. Talk to your kids. That is your future, and they are mostly they are waiting for that when you will come and see and talk to them. To give some time to me, put some time in your timetable to talk to your kids, to talk to your parents also in your daily life. That will give you a kind of situation where you can overcome from this depression, or like so many factors nowadays we are seeing in our daily life. So disease-free life, depression-free life, you have to do something like that. It will give you you can see what are the changes you will feel after applying all this. Okay, so if you want to break out in the cold soil, if you applied all the points, then definitely you will do it. Okay, so thank you everyone. That is it from my side for everything.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Virendra, for that enlightening speech. So can you share, as you were talking about how to give importance to the life and to children and how to enrich your life. So but at any point of time in your life, have you got any threatening or kind of, fear that you have faced, and how have you dealt with it? If you can just share some of your experience or any of your experience for that matter.
In my life, means I have seen that I have not very much connected with my parents or my family because of the burden in my mind. Means daily basis in IT sector, what's going on. So you have to read, you have to prepare yourself for the next project, or day by day the challenges are more. So how can we overcome? So I have applied such things, and it is really beautiful, and it will give me a confidence also.
Thank you so much.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Virendra. So we'll just take 30 seconds, and also we can, in the meantime, we can give our personal feedbacks to Toastmaster Virendra in his personal chat box. "30 seconds over." Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So moving ahead with the theme of today, how does we sense the fear? Once we sense the fear, then our mind release which are like very emotional in nature. And so when we see some danger or risk, then it is like we become baffled sometimes, and we do not understand how to handle. And then if it is short term, somehow we deal with it, but if it is long term, then generally it is seen that people put themselves in a lot of anxiety or trouble to deal with it. Now it's time for the second speech of the day today, and I request Toastmaster Suvarna to give the speech objective of Toastmaster Tushar. I welcome Toastmaster Suvarna to come forward and give the speech details. Over to Toastmaster Suvarna.
Thanks, TMOD Biswarupa. Good evening, everyone. My target speaker is Toastmaster Tushar, has given the speech on his speech title, A Bomb Full of Humor, and his pathway is Dynamic Leadership, and his project name is Know Your Sense of Humor. And his purpose of this project statement is to begin developing a collection of humor stories and to present a speech that includes humor. So it's over to you, Toastmaster Biswarupa, and best luck, Toastmaster Tushar.
Please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Tushar. Toastmaster Tushar, a bomb full of humor. A bomb full of humor, Toastmaster Tushar. Over to Toastmaster Tushar. All the best.
Am I audible? A good sense of humor is an escape value for the pressures of life because it is a major defense against all the minor troubles. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, I'll be sharing a small story from my life in college, which made my friends, my teachers, and everyone who heard this a part of this love. And I will make sure that I'll make y'all a part of this too. 5 years back, I had completed my 10th grade and I was ready to get into junior college. So I had opted for a very rare course that nobody chooses, science. As my parents had given me various career options to choose from, in the options I had engineering, and also a backup option that was engineering. Yes, that's right. So I started my classes at the Lexicon International School. As I was more than an average student, it took a lot of hard work to get good scores. Unlike my seriously talented friends who sometimes used to go clear doubts of my teachers. Don't worry, I was not a part of that group. I myself was surely a backbencher from section D. Like always, I was good in sports and excelled in it, and was thus made the college football team captain and completed my 10th and my 11th grade with my flying colors. Then came the 12th grade, where more than hi, how are you? I used to hear IIT, MHCET, boards, chemistry, etc., etc. As I was a student who took part in more than enough curricular activities, it gave me an upper hand to be the house captain in the election of my college. With all these subjects came a tsunami in my life. Our new strict chemistry teacher. Raise your hands if you have had a strict teacher, please. Raise your hands, all of you all. Put them all together, and that was my sir. Let me describe him. He had allergy to children. He loved to cut marks. Forget cutting marks. He did not even thought of giving marks. Okay, enough. He also taught me a lot in lab, and one of those experiments was titration. But my stars were not with me that day, and my hand went on and hit the flask, which fell down and broke. And until I turned towards my side, the chemistry teacher appeared magically and started scolding me and threw me out of my class. And when I was standing outside the class thinking, why did I do this? Here comes the course coordinator out of nowhere. And she asked me, what are you doing here? I had to manipulate this situation anyhow and said that, yes, I am the house captain and I am looking and taking care of my class that is working inside. The next day, we had our Diwali break, luckily. I thought he'll forget about it and we returned after 3 days. Now, it is the climax, people, pay attention. Tarun from section C appeared during the lunch break with a shiny bag with some green substance in it. Don't worry, it was just a Sutli bomb, basically a firecracker that had challenged the whole class of 60 students that who could go and burst it. Some of my friends started chanting my name and clapping and telling that, yes, you can do it. And this was the dumbest decision of my life that I took the initiative to do it. Have you all seen the movie The Lion King? Yes. So do you all remember when Simba was introduced? A thunderous round of applause and my name getting chanted by 60 students. I got that ego boost and went up with that bomb towards the washroom. Some of my friends started clapping and that feeling was great. All 4 sections had boys with more than 100 people who accompanied me towards the washroom. I went and I lit the firecracker. When I turned behind, there was no one behind me. People just ran off and I was alone with the bomb in the washroom. Then when the bomb blasted, guess what? I saw my chemistry teacher running out through that smoke towards the staff room. This was something that he thought that there was a terrorist attack in the school. The impact was so loud that the principal on the first floor could hear it too. I was running back towards my class and there I saw a CCTV camera. Told you the stars were not with me. The CCTV camera was installed during the Diwali break. That's right. I stopped, I waved it to the camera and then walked towards the supervisor's cabin. The supervisor, when saw the footage, was laughing and she knew that what had to be done. I had no idea that sir was there inside the washroom and he personally came up to me and said, is this the way how you take revenge for being punished in a chemistry lab? Was it me who had won for all those students? Because I don't think he's going to punish any more students after this. I had my prelims in a week's time period for which I had not prepared at all. But then I got suspended for a week. I am a very optimistic person, guys, and I took it as a study leave of 7 days. I'm sure this is an act that cannot be cherished or be proud about, but surely it is a bomb full of humor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Tushar, for sharing us about your school and college days with us. So Tushar, Toastmaster Tushar, what I like realized and got to know from your speech that, so what was the more scary moment in your school or college days? Was it your teacher or something else?
It was my teacher, but let me tell you, I have a fear of roller coasters, basically. So last month I had planned to go with my friends to Magica again because I've been there 4 times. I've sat in the roller coaster, but all of those times my eyes were closed. And this time I had this key, I'll open my eyes and I'll sit in it. And it was an amazing. All of you all should try it. Thank you.
Thank you. I also do the same. Like all the time I keep my eyes closed. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tushar. So moving ahead with the theme of today's meeting. So let's understand how our incidental body parts, they react when we sense some fear in front of us. So what happens? It slows down, or it just kills the functions of the body that is not required for the survival, for the immediate survival, like digestive system. But it's at the same time it sharpens the process which is very important for our survival, like our heartbeat, and then the blood flow to the muscle. All these functions, they get very sharpened when we come across or when we intend to face any kind of fear. So that is how our incidental body parts, they react when we, even if the fear is a very external factor, but that is something that we get as a reaction inside our body. Now let me welcome to the for the speaker 3 of today, and for that I request Toastmaster Gio to come forward and share the speech objectives of speaker 3, that is Toastmaster Kamaljit. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The speaker is attempting level 1, project 4, evaluation and feedback. The pathway is engaging humor. The time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech cannot be more humorous. Autocorrect can ruin your life. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gio. Now, let me help to welcome Toastmaster Kamaljit. Toastmaster Kamaljit, autocorrection can ruin your life. Autocorrection can ruin your life, Toastmaster Kamaljit. Over to you.
Am I audible and visible? Thank you. Me, texting my boss. Sir, the God's meeting is tomorrow. My boss, God's meeting? Me, sorry sir, I had typed HOD, head of the department meeting, but this autocorrect is ruining my life. My boss responded, stating that anyway, HOD anyway think they are God. And that's how I broke my phone, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. We have all lived the scenario where, while testing someone, we type something and it gets modified into something else, thus completely changing the meaning of the text, and you perhaps just feeling like throwing away the phone and break out in a cold sweat. Did any of you ever make such blunders? If yes, please share in the chat box. Yes, autocorrect, a simple function that automatically corrects the so-called errors in your text, I feel is enough to ruin your life. I was chatting with my elder sister when she asked me, how was your office trip? And I texted her, it was great. I just had the best week of my life. As I reread my own text, I just skipped a beat of my heart and I felt frail. For some reason, the autocorrect had changed week to week. I had to keep on convincing my sister that autocorrect had changed week to week. And I still thank her that she hasn't conveyed this mess to my mother yet. The shameful remorse felt by everyone who accidentally sends an inappropriate message because of this lawful evil mechanism is deep and cutting. Your hoop earrings can be turned into poop earrings by this little devil. The horrible, awkward feeling of sending the "oh no, I didn't mean to send that" twists at the stomach of every autocorrect victim ever. The autocorrect is so unsure of its work that sometimes it corrects its own spellings into, let's say, like autocucumber. Most bilingual people know more pains that autocorrect can give out. Want to text your grandfather a sweet congratulatory message on a festival in Hindi? Sounds impossible. The devil will keep modifying your typos and you will just end up either texting in English or maybe just send a plain audio message. The autocorrect has a problem with people talking in any language but one, that is English. Everyone had a damn you autocorrect moment. You will all agree. Maybe you told your loved one you are going to kill them so hard right on the mouth instead of kissing them. Or you texted something after a second date that guaranteed that there would not be a third. Perhaps you simply sent a string of nonsense that made someone worry for your sanity. Autocorrect can be hilarious, life-ruining, and everything in between. Sometimes it's just ducking stupid, but this quite theoretically invisible technology yields incredible power. Autocorrect allows us to type quickly and sloppily and let the software figure it out, much like the Google's "did you mean?" But think about the implication of that. Your phone knows you so well that it can correct your mistakes. As typing into a phone becomes an increasingly powerful, prevalent interface. Technology that understands what we say and how we say it will be immensely powerful, isn't it? There's already an app that relies upon the autocomplete to fill in your dating profile. The same technology is filling in missing words in historic texts and documents. The downside is autocorrect can lead to an id-based groupthink that leaves everyone communicating in the same voice. That's how Google searches started correcting. China reports coronavirus to China supports coronavirus. Such blunders. These systems see what an individual does and says and assume that everyone else sees and says the same. It's long been established that language depends on the medium. Toastmaster Revtis just said that in the beginning. Study after study has shown that people type differently on a thumb-sized keyboard than on a laptop. But no one can say for sure if texting is fundamentally changing how people communicate, even if some argue that texting and autocorrect are undermining the ability to spell and punctuate. People who already unlearned arithmetic because of calculator will soon forget how to spell. James Clerk, the author of the books like The Information, wrote a few years ago. There's evidence suggesting that a survey of 2,000 people found that 1/3 of the respondents could not spell definitely. 2/3 could not spell necessary. And 91% relied on spell check while texting. Of course, that highlights a trend that may well have started with the introduction of spell checkers 30 odd years ago. So you can see where the future is going. Now, may I request the audience to please type in chat box for others to cheer the autocorrect for the word dear. Can you please? Okay, any guesses? The autocorrect for the word dear is mostly dead. Imagine you writing dead darling instead of dear darling to your fiancé. Moral of the story: double check your text before pressing that send button, because autocorrect could definitely ruin your life. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamaljeet. So I just want to know one thing from you. Have you, in the recent past or in the long past, have you made any blunder while, in the process of autocorrection that have made you to, that have frightened you for a moment or so?
Yes. It happens so many times that once, one of my students had written she was not feeling well, and I had sent her a happy Diwali message without actually looking at her this thing. So, and autocorrect actually keeps on changing. We use so many slangs, and autocorrect uses its brain to, actually find out some meaningful sentence, especially when we are writing in Hindi or other things on the mobile. Yes, and that really scares me, makes me frail, and it actually, leaves me in sweat.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Now, let's move ahead with the theme of today, fear. So, do you want to know what fear has got to our health, to our individual health? Can somebody guess from the audience, please? What fear has got some adverse impacts on our health, human health?
Yeah, so it's increase your stress level, and that it become increase your blood pressure, and as well as there are other health hazards, like you can also suffer from diabetes. And the main cause of diabetes, the today's scenario is we are increasing our stress level, and we're not working exercises and not doing workout. So these are the most important health hazard due to this or fear.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you
it's
so much. Yes.
and
I'm
it
sorry.
and it will frail our body.
Yes, very true. Very true. So, like when fear stays with us for a longer time, then it creates cardiovascular diseases, gastrointestinal disease, then ulcer, and also premature death and accelerated aging as well. So those are the adverse impacts and or side effects, we can say, that are created because of the sole presence of fear inside our body and mind. Now, let's move ahead with the last but not the least, the fourth speech of today, which is going to be presented by Toastmaster Meenakshi. And I request Toastmaster Sumitra to come forward and give the speech objectives of Toastmaster Meenakshi. Over to you, Toastmaster Sumitra.
Thank you to TMOD Toastmaster Biswarupa. Am I audible? Okay, thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My target speaker, Toastmaster Meenakshi, is attempting her level 1 and project 1. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Title of her speech name is Conquer Your Fear. Timer, please note the speech timing will be 4 to 6 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Biswarupa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sumitra. Let me help to welcome Toastmaster Meenakshi to come forward and give a speech. Toastmaster Meenakshi, conquer your fear. Conquer your fear, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Over to you, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As this is my first speech in this club, and this is my icebreaker speech, so I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Meenakshi Sharma. I'm a coder and spend most of my time staring at my laptop screen. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I love my profession, I enjoy working, but along with this, I also enjoy socializing with people. It makes me feel connected to the society and also to the world. Before moving forward, I would like to ask you one question. I hope you all will answer. Has someone delivered any speech in front of around 200 people? Please reply me in the chat box, or you can also share your experience with me on WhatsApp. Yes? Great. So that means you must have a memorable experience for that speech like I have. And this is what I'm going to share today with you all. I love public speaking, but since childhood, I'm afraid of going on stage, which is kind of mandatory. If you love public speaking, you have to face the people. When I was in 7th standard, I took a part in a speech competition. My topic was my country, my mother. So I had to dress up like Bharat Mata for that speech. In India, we always portrayed Bharat Mata in a white color sari, beautiful red border, wearing gold ornaments, and a beautiful crown on her head. So I also have to deck up like in the same way. The problem was I did not have that kind of sari, but my friend's mom had one sari like this. Guess what? Without wasting any time, I just went to my friend's house and borrowed that sari from her mom. After this, I went to the nearby temple and take a beautiful crown from a priest. I returned that crown after my competition, but yeah, the priest was very nice. So he gave me that crown for my competition. And I wore all my mom's ornaments and be ready for that competition. I was feeling very excited because I had prepared very hard for this competition. That competition was on Sunday, and all students has to go with their parents. But unfortunately, my father was not at home. He went out for some business meeting. So there was nobody who can take me to the venue for this competition. My mother convinced me that, okay, dear, don't go because I cannot take you there. I don't know the rules properly. So let's just skip this competition and we'll go the next time. But she couldn't convince me, and I insisted her that I have to go to this competition because I promised my teacher that I will go there. So finally, she sent me with my uncle, and when we reached to the venue, it was all occupied, but we were on time. Somehow we reached there on time. So my speech was totally ready. I had been practicing very hard for this. Suddenly that moment came. When I was on backstage, I saw a crowd of almost 200 people sitting in that hall. I suddenly got nervous and broke out in a cold sweat. Finally, my turn has arrived. I went to the stage in front of the mic. I was trying to speak something, but my heart started pounding. My mind became totally blank. That was a frail moment of mine, I believe. After a while, I said just a single line. Any guess what line could be that?
Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Very nice, good. Yes, this guess was very easy. So that was actually my first line and the only line. That was Bharat Mata ki Jai. I just said this line and ran out from that stage. So when we reached home, my uncle was making fun of me. He said, "You have wasted so much of time. If you just want to speak that one single line, you could have said it here also, right?" So till now, by that experience, I never dared to participate in any speech competition. Since then, like whenever I meet my uncle, whenever he see me, he just say one single line. "Okay, see, Bharat Mata has come." So I know he loves me a lot, but still that experience was unforgettable experience for me. Finally, I would just like to say one thing to all of you. A great American author and a motivational speaker, Mr. Zig Ziglar, has said a very impressive lines. Fear has two meanings: forget everything or run, or face everything and rise. Choice is yours. I choose the second option. What's your choice? Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meenakshi. So we got to know how you dealt with your public speaking fear. Like, if you can talk a little more about your some other kind of fear apart from public speaking, what that you have dealt with so effectively, that you have done with your public speaking, that you are even now also you are on the path to do it, we can see and understand.
Thank you. I think other than public speaking, I actually have fear of roller coaster. I cannot go on any of these kind of swings and all. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Biswarupa, are you there?
She is in bad network and
Yeah, Toastmaster Kamya, you can continue.
Okay. Okay, so we'll give 30 seconds to Toastmaster Meenakshi. And with that, Toastmaster Neha, can you just let me know whether all speakers are qualified or not?
Yes, Toastmaster Kamaya, all speakers are qualified. Toastmaster Virendra has 7 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Tushar is 6 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Kamaljeet with 7 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Meenakshi with 6 minutes. All are qualified.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha. And we'll be taking our polls at the end of the meeting. With that, I would like to start with the second section, which is the impromptu one. So now in this section, what do? I will give you a random topic and you have to speak on the spot. And that is the fun. So with the benefit of time, we'll be having two players who will be working in team and some of them will be working against. So for debate, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Chintan and Toastmaster Manish. Toastmaster Chintan, is he there in the meeting?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Your topic is whether it is a debate and you will be given one and a half of time. So your topic is teachers' strictness manageable or parents' strictness? You can decide which one you want to speak for. So Toastmaster Manish, would you like to select one?
Is teacher, I speak about teacher strictness is better than parents.
Perfect. Yes.
So the topic is teacher strictness is manageable, or what is the topic?
Or parents' strictness is manageable. So you have to speak for one particular thing and you have to deny for another thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Toastmaster Manish, you can start.
Good evening, everybody. Teacher strictness is manageable, but teacher has to do the strictness. teachers want to do the strictness, the kids won't take interest in the education. And half of the time, when the school days are open, students have to spend the time in the school. And the parents, they spend very less time with the education purpose. And education pays you in the last work. If teachers don't take interest, some of the kids will take it for granted. And if the teacher has given the homework and the student doesn't do it, teacher has the right to beat black and blue. The student will have fear the next day. The teacher is going to beat us. It's better to do the homework. So that's the reason some of the teachers earlier, they used to do the strictness, and the students were also used to obey them. Nowadays, the rules have become strict. They go to the police department and complain about that they are doing the strictness. And because of that fear, that teachers are not doing that strictness. And again, if the government abolishes that, teacher has the right to scold the student if they make any mistake. That will help student to grow in their life.
Over to you, Toastmaster Chintan.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. My previous speaker told that teachers have right to beat the student black and blue. I completely disagree with that. No teacher has right, or even no human has right to beat any other human being. Parents are the ones who have rights to teach the children rather than teachers, because nowadays we are living in the world of pandemic. Teachers are there on the screen of Zoom or sometimes on the Teams, and even they do not know what the students are doing. However, parents are there 24/7, keeping an eye and watch their children so that they can grow and become better human beings. Parents' intents are always clear for the betterment of their children. So whenever they are strict for the betterment. But sometimes teachers have become the corporate slaves. We have seen the schools which are working on the results. They just only care for numbers, but they don't care about the future, that how the students will have values for life. Because at the end, values matter most and not the numbers. And parents know that the most because they have lived their life and they want their children to grow with the values and not only with the numbers. So definitely parents' strictness is manageable, but teachers' strictness is not. And teachers don't have rights to beat the students black and blue. Over to you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan and Toastmaster Manish. I would not say anything. My dad just passed from side, and he was like, okay, just hear him out. Okay, moving on, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Gio and Toastmaster Balveer. Toastmaster Gio, are you here?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Your topic is, it's not a debate, you will be speaking on a same topic. So the topic is the silliest superstition. You will get time of 1.5 minutes, and then it will be taken over by Toastmaster Balveer.
The silliest superstition, I personally think the silliest superstition is the one where a black cat crosses the road and it restarts your journey once again. I believe it's common throughout India. It's not from a particular place, it's not from a particular state. We all have read it, we all have heard it from somewhere or the other. Perhaps it's from our parents, our relatives, or in fact, even from our teachers. Well, I love cats. And I guess we all love cat videos. If we can say that color does not matter to human beings, then I don't understand why we target a particular colored cat, a black cat, for this particular superstition. So I think it's dumb in one way to categorize a cat by a color and say that we have to restart our journey for whatever purposes it may serve. we have to simply look at it objectively and in a rational way, that it's simply another being crossing the road, and that is all. It does not change circumstances, it does not change situations. It's just a perception and things we hear from people that changes our idea of what reality is. And if we allow that, it will continue to do so. Over to you, tabletop master.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Gio. Toastmaster Balvi, over to you.
As a child, I was always protected by my cousins and my elder sister. I don't know how widely it is known outside that if you go out in the rain, the thunderstorm will fall on you. So it was always a breakout in a cold sweat for me. I so far I could not dare to go out when it is raining and there is thunderstorm. I have this fear still in my mind, and somebody mentioned that if we have some fear in mind, that creates some hormones in our body, and that leads to a disease also. I was always in sports and always do exercise, but I had this fear of going out. I always had this fear not to go out while it is raining and if there is thunderstorm. Now I have become diabetic. I don't know how I became diabetic. I was in my native place, that is in Uttarakhand, and we used to travel around 10-14 kilometers every day. And I used to run, play cricket. Throughout my life, I was in sports, but I have become diabetic. So I was relating this thing that maybe that fear was unconsciously some negative hormones were getting generated, and that is why I have become diabetic. So knowingly or unknowingly, we should motivate our children and we should encourage our new generation or children. We should not cultivate any kind of fear in their mind, because unconsciously it can harm their future. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Balvi. And now moving on to the final team, which is guest Ashutosh and Toastmaster Mrityunjay. Are you here, both of you?
Yeah, yeah,
On
I'm
this
here.
stage. Perfect. Your topic for today, it's not, okay, I'll give you the option. Do you want debate or do you want a common topic? What do you want?
Yeah, I need common topic.
Common
Perfect.
topic.
Perfect. Okay. Your topic for today is the dawn's dream. The dawn's dream. Over to you. Dawn's morning dream.
Morning dream, okay.
Yeah. Toastmaster Mrityunjay, you would like to start?
Yeah. Yeah, so the dream, there is one quote like, what do you dream, you will get the success. So we have to dream about your future and what do you want to achieve in your life, then you need to dream. If, say for example, if scientists have not dream about to reach the moon or not reach to out the Mars, they will not reach it, right? So the first of all is the dream. Have we are working or you are using our light today, so that was invented by our great scientist Thomas Edison. So it was his dream, right? So like that, if you like to fulfill your dream, you have to dream in the morning. And in the quote of ancient quotes, like that, what you are dreaming in the morning, it's going to be true, right? So it's maybe a superstitious, but yeah. So dream is very important if we want to give a success. And without the dream, our life will be like a frail body, and we are not going to be work out. So we have to think positive, and we have to, if you think positive, then we got a good and positive dreams, right? And that dream is usually a dawn dream. And whatever we say in the morning time, the God has given a blessing to us to get achieve our dream. So we have to always dawn dreams. Thank you, President Kamya Parab.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mrityunjay. That was a really positive aspect which you brought in. And thank you. Okay, to guest Ashutosh, over to
Yeah.
you.
I think dreams are the result or something which you think, for the whole day that's you're going through. Obviously, you don't have any control on your dreams, but I think it's a natural phenomena that's occur in all our life. The sweet and the pleasant dreams might be a factor of the daytime. To avoid getting bad dreams, it's better to be in a good mood when you just go to sleep. And obviously, some people have their early morning dreams, which come to, we have superstition that it will come true if you get through this. If you get to this early morning dream. I think the first the nightmare that I have earlier was that movie watching, the one you get killed, and this going through the examination. I'm like sweating in even the dreams when I was in school. But when I wake up, like I found out it's nothing like that, and it's just the whatever you going through the mind in my mind. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashutosh. And that was again a positive way. It comes all natural and it is what it is, basically. So yeah, thank you so much. And as it was your first attempt, congratulations for making your first step. Okay, so now I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Biswarupa and hope you enjoyed this session. So over to you, Toastmaster Biswarupa. Toastmaster Biswarupa, are you here?
She doesn't seem to be here. You can carry on.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's the next section?
Yeah, she's calling me. So you please carry on.
Perfect. So with that,
yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Neha, can you just let us know whether everyone are qualified, and then we can have the timings later on.
Yes, everyone is qualified. Guest Munish with the timings 1 minute 32 seconds. VTM Chintan with 1 minute 31 seconds. VTM Geo with 1 minute 25 seconds. VTM Balveer with 1 minute 45 seconds. Guest Ashutosh with 1 minute 27 seconds. TM Mrityunjay with 1 minute 41 seconds.
Perfect. Okay, so with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator, and we are about to go in another mode, which is the evaluation section. So over to you, Toastmaster Sun.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kamya. Now we are about to start the evaluations, and at first we'll have the evaluation for prepared speeches. Our first evaluator, Toastmaster Sandeep, is evaluating a Toastmaster Virendra's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Sanar. I strongly believe that when we share our experiences with others, we grow as an individual and helps others to grow. I'm not an expert. I'm not a judge. I'm just going to share my observations on speech delivered by my target speaker, Toastmaster Virendra. What I personally like about your speech, you explain very well how we can be positive in every situation. Why to worry? By doing this, we break out in cold sweat. No goals, not engaged, leading to bad habits, which leads to worries and negativity. You talk about major problems in this world and how to come out of this. You shared your own experiences, how you followed in 2022. That way audience got connected with you. I'm sure you will allow me to share few observations which would help you in your next speeches. It will be good if you can stand and give your speech. That really helps. Control your unnecessary movements. You are doing like this. So be steady. Hand gestures crossing your face, that distracts your audience. You could ask some questions to audience. Did anyone face sleeping problem? Did you try taking bath with warm water 30 minutes before getting into bed? That would go well. Overall, it was extremely good speech. I learned a lot of things from you today. Look forward to your inspirational speeches in future. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep, for that evaluation. And yeah, for the next speech, for Toastmaster Tushar's speech, we have Toastmaster Suvarna as the evaluator. So I request Toastmaster Suvarna to come on stage.
Thanks, Toastmaster Sanat. So I would like to first congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Tushar, for his wonderful speech. So Toastmaster Tushar, you are really a great speaker. You have started your speech with good quotes and full of energy. You shared your college memories where you had chosen engineering and you were in dilemma to go and choose for it. You were backbencher and you had experienced tsunami in the chemistry lecture, and it was a really very funny incident you shared with us. You got throughout from the class, and again you correlated your incident with the Simba from the Lion King movie, the way he appeared, and it was really amazing. Your story was very well told, and you ended your speech that you got suspended. You have done really great job here. Clarity of your speech language was very clear and precise. When coming to the vocal variety, you were very great at it. I don't have any comment on this. Coming to the eye contact and gestures, it was very effective and you were able to gain the attention of the audience throughout your speech. I have few suggestions for you. It's coming to the interest and on humor. You could have been really great if you could have given the speech in standing position instead of giving the speech in sitting, as it was a humorous speech. So audience could see your gestures very nicely and closely. Again, considering the humorous speech, you delivered a speech which was quite monotonous. So making it more interesting and involving to audience, you would have delivered in some monologues with different incidences rather telling only one incident. For example, you have just given the example of your chemistry lecture, so you would have brought into the act, so it could have been more humorous and impactful. And also you could have able to brought the clear picture about your story, so it would have been more impactful and humorous. And otherwise, you can this is the point you can improve on in the humorous speech. Otherwise, overall you really did well, and all the best for your next speech. It's over to you, Toastmaster Sanat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suvarna, for that detailed evaluation. Now I'll call Toastmaster Gio to evaluate Toastmaster Kamaljit's speech. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Sanat. Well, what should I say? Before the speech started, I had wished Toastmaster Kamaljit Kaur all the best. And she replied saying that she's down with viral fever. Well, I have to say, I did not see even a speck of frail health in your demeanor. I have to say that you have checked off all the major boxes that are required in a speech. Facial expressions, check. Body language, check. Using space, check. Eye contact, check. You started off your speech by sharing a personal anecdote that you had with your HOD while you were texting, and that caught the attention of the audience. Your speech was laced with humor, and that certainly lives up to the pathway engaging humor. Your voice modulation was superb. There are very rare couple of speeches I've seen with such an amazing voice modulation. And that, coupled with you standing up, gives a different kind of impetus to the entire speech. I'll certainly give a go ahead to Toastmaster Kamaljeet Kaur for all the future projects she will be undertaking. The only observations that I could notice, or the only feedback that I could offer, is that since she's already standing, she could have used more space to the left and to the right. She remained composed, which is obviously appreciated, but she could have used the space since there was ample space around. On top of that, although she had 80% eye contact towards the screen, I could notice that there were certain parts wherein she looked to the left, perhaps to the script. I don't know. I'm just observing. But I'm certain that if it were an offline speech, she would have excelled it. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gio, for that excellent feedback. And now I'll call upon Toastmaster Sumitra to deliver her feedback for Toastmaster Meenakshi's speech. Over to you.
Toastmaster Sanat, am I audible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Meenakshi, for completed your icebreaker speech. You have cleared opening, and your speech title and your speech content were fully matched. There are few commendation points for you. First, you have shared your personal story. A personal story really important because it helps instant connect with audience. Second, you have asked 2 questions during your speech that symbolized you would be a good speaker. Third, I liked your hand gesture when you said Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Fourth, you have ended with a beautiful quote. FEAR means there are 2 meanings: forget everything and run, and face everything rise. I loved you liked the second option. But now every coin has a flip side. We in Toastmaster International, there is always some recommendation and improvements. First, this is your first speech. If you stand and deliver your speech, then your speech would be more impactful. Second, I felt your lack of facial expression. In your speech, you mentioned you told your mother was not agreed. In that sense, you can show your facial expression. Mom, please help me to go to the speech venue. So in that case, you can show your facial expression. And second, when you saw 200 audience in front of you, you have nervous and scared. In that case, you can show your facial expression. But no worries. Now you have already bought ticket and boarded in Toastmaster Club of Pune Northeast Club's train. Now you assured all the Toastmaster will help you to reach your final destination. To conclude, Toastmaster Meenakshi, you have done a commendable job in terms of opening, closing, shared your excellent personal story and great content. Just work on vocal variety, body language, and facial expression. And I am sure you are going to deliver excellent power pack performance in future. So kudos to Toastmaster Meenakshi, and I request to every audience, this is her first speech, so please big round for let's take give a big round to Toastmaster Meenakshi. That's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sumitra, for that excellent feedback. Now we move on to now I request again Toastmaster Sumitra to come on stage to deliver the feedback for table topic speakers. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now I am appreciating all the table topic speakers. All are brilliant table topic speakers. So let me talk one by one. So our first speaker was Munish, and he told about teachers' strictness is manageable or not. So he is a really excellent speaker as always, and there are lots of takeaways from her speech. And I liked his voice modulation. He changed his voice modulation in the appropriate time. And there is no recommendation for Toastmaster Munish. Kudos to Toastmaster Munish. Second, Toastmaster Chintan. His topic was parent strictness is manageable or not. He is also an excellent speaker. He shared with us lots of takeaways how parents should manage their children. So there is no recommendation for you. So kudos to Toastmaster Chintan. Then our third speaker was Toastmaster Gio. His topic was the silliest superstition. He has given a beautiful example of superstition, black cat. But one recommendation for him, if he shared his personal experience about the black cat, so that would be more impactful. Otherwise, he spoke very nicely. Our fourth speaker is Balveer Singh, and he also shared his personal story, and there is a takeaways from his speech how to cultivate our children to not take the stress. So kudos to Toastmaster Balveer. There is no recommendation for you. Our fourth speaker was Toastmaster Mrityunjay. The topic was the morning dream, and he has shared with us Thomas Edison's as an example in his speech, and his speech was very inspiring. He spoke. He practiced a lot in our Sunday impromptu session. That's why he spoke very nicely. So kudos to Toastmaster Mrityunjay. There is no recommendation for you. Then next guest Ashutosh. He spoke about the dream, and he also told us how to avoid the bad dream in our life. So one recommendation for him, he took a break in his speech. If he took that break in the first of the speech, then that would be more flawless speech. So overall, he spoke very nicely. Congratulations all the table topic speakers and Toastmaster, the table topic master as well. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much again, Toastmaster Mitra, for those feedbacks for our speakers, and I'm sure everyone had something to take away from this. Now we move on to the tag team reports. I request the timer Toastmaster Neha to come on stage and present her report for evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanat. The evaluators, Toastmaster Sandeep has 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Suvarna has 2 minutes 41 seconds. Toastmaster Gio has 2 minutes 13 seconds. And Toastmaster Sumitra has 2 minutes 53 seconds. All have qualified, and I've presented the earlier reports.
Yes, thank you very much,
Over to you.
Toastmaster Neha. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Neha. And now we move on to the R counter, Toastmaster Yash to present his report.
Let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Today was a really fun-filled session with a lot of speakers. We had almost everyone speaking something. So here is the R counter report for the day. So the first question is how to reduce the usage of fillers. The fillers usually come when we think while we are speaking and when we don't find the right words to say. My suggestion is to pause for a moment after the sentence is completed without trying to fill the silence at the pauses. Now moving ahead, the speakers who used more than 5 filler words, they were Toastmaster Meenakshi, she used a and so like. Toastmaster Virendra, he used a and okay so. Toastmaster Mrityunjay used like a and guest Ashutosh used a and Moving ahead, the speakers who used 1 to 4 filler words. There are many speakers because there were just a minute. Many speakers had spoken today, so there is a long list here. We had Toastmaster Biswarupa, she used so once and you know once. Then Toastmaster Suvarna, she used and twice. We have Toastmaster Kamaljeet, she used a once and you know once. Toastmaster Geo used and once and a once. Toastmaster Balmeer used and twice, a once, so once. Toastmaster Mrityunjay used like once, a twice and twice. Toastmaster Neha used once. Toastmaster Kamya used and twice, and Toastmaster Sumitra used a once. Now a round of applause for the Toastmasters who used no filler words. They were Toastmaster Tushar and Toastmaster Sandeep. And here I end my report. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yash, for that detailed report. Now I call upon the language evaluator, Toastmaster Revati, to present her report.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the patience, and I apologize for the discomfort. I am now on my phone instead of my laptop. You can never trust in my charger. Anyway, I'll just share my screen. Give me a second. Yeah. All right. So, as per the word of the day and idiom of the day, everyone tried to use it at least once, and I applaud everyone who gave it a try. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
All right, thank you. With respect to the usage, Kamaljeet, Mrityunjay, and Meenakshi used once word of the day at least, and Neha, Meenakshi, Balveer, and Sandeep tried to use it, the idiom of the day, once. Moving to the next. As per the good usage, I think a lot of people have used incredible words today. I'm baffled to say that I had never come across a much more diverse group of vocabulary in our previous meetings, and I'm hopefully that we can continue to do so in the upcoming meetings as well. You can see the list. The list is long, and I would not point out each and every one, but kudos to everyone here. With respect to the not so good usage, I will just suggest there were certain sentences that were not clear, I must say. It could be due to the network issue. It could also be due to the pronunciation and the tenses of use. So, for example, I will all the best. I believe it was I wish my best, or I will wish all the best to so and so person. When you say I will wish all the best, it is usually used in a written form. When you have to say it out loud, you usually say I wish you luck, or I wish you best. I am doing the walking. The is one of those words that can be easily added to any sentence, and you will feel that is right. But we need to control that. I think I saw 2 people quoting today using double quotes. Double quotes is something that the millennials as well as the generation of 90s use it. It is not something that is commonly used in a professional medium. So I would suggest you to maybe add something at the end. Even if you want to continue use double quotes, mention it at the end that maybe it is a sarcasm or maybe it is rare, of that sort. More than enough, I had to look this up, but more than enough is usually specifically used when you're talking about there is be more than enough. I'll find out the sentence and share it with all of you. With the rest of it, I will provide one suggestion. With respect to the prepositions, I realized a lot of people are making mistakes, and I think the best way to do is to identify what you are trying to achieve, where you are trying to achieve, and what time you are trying to achieve. For example, let's say I am crossing the sea. Am I above the sea? Am I below the sea? That's how you figure that out. Am I traveling on the road? Am I traveling below the road? That's how you start making smaller, you start with smaller sentences and try to connect the right preposition. That's how you will move on to use the right preposition for the longer ones as well. And for the last one, for all my autocorrect victims, I would suggest you to turn off your autofill service on your Android phones and your autocorrection on iOS phones. That's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Revati, for that very detailed and insightful report. And now we move on to my evaluation for this meeting. So, okay, I'll just say the most important things which are read, so you can read out the pointers over here. For pre-meeting, we were well before time, good interactions were there, and enthusiasm was pouring in. That was very important. And I saw a good number of attendees as well. So, for while opening, we had good opening by Sa, and the best part I liked was formal induction of our newly joined member, which actually makes the new members feel welcomed in our club. So that was it. And that TMOD started with a very pertinent question, and she did her part really well. For prepared speeches, we had 4 excellent speeches from Toastmaster Virendra, Tushar, Toastmaster Kamaljeet, and Toastmaster Meenakshi. So, and the evaluations were also very good. So, just one tip for Toastmaster Virendra: you need not reiterate that your title again, as the title is already said in the mentioned by the TMOD, and you can begin with that line which you started with for the actual content. So that will get audience attention right from the first word. So Toastmaster Tushar in excellent narration of the story and took everyone into an incident. Or by Toastmaster Kamaljeet, it was extremely relatable in a very lucid and humorous way. And for Toastmaster Meenakshi, firstly, congratulations on your icebreaker, and she had the vivid description and good storytelling ability. So yeah, so those were the positive which I saw in her speeches. The other things, I agree with the evaluators as well. So now moving to the table topic session, kudos to Kame, as she had taken it over when there was a glitch, and she had good topics and engaged everyone, and the speaker also did justice to the topics. Coming to the tag team, for timer, I will say loved your dedication and commitment. Our counter had a detailed and meticulous report, and I commend you to not being just picky but to give solutions as well. The language editor, what I liked really was the way you explained the usage of word in different contexts, and as usual, a very detailed report in the end. So yeah, all in all, an excellent meeting we had, and thank you very much. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Biswarupa is, I think, not there in the room. Okay. Okay, one common topic. Anyone can, it's like a rapid fire just to know how much you were there in the meeting. So today's theme was fear factor. So anyone who would like to come up and just answer 2 questions, rapid fire round. Anyone? Okay. Okay. Revati, question number 1. What are you most afraid of?
Sounds.
And in Toastmasters?
I think TMOD.
And who in specific?
Sorry, who is?
Who in specific? Like any Toastmaster you're afraid of?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I am afraid of the new guests, though. I always feel they are putting me at the edge of the seat, always on the heel.
Perfect. And I really don't get that Chintan's emoji, but it matches with the theme. Okay, so moving on. This was our meeting, and I really wish Toastmaster Biswarupa could have been here to have her perfect conclusion. But now we'll come to the end of the meeting, and with that, I will be launching our polls. So be ready and vote for the best speaker. The polls are in front of your screen. One last person left to vote. Okay. Okay. Moving on to our next award, which is Best Evaluator. The polls are in front of your screen. Perfect. Four more people left to vote. Okay, ending the poll, and okay, the next poll is for the best supportive role player, and the polls are in front of your screen. Okay. And okay, the last one is the best role player, the best main role player.
Table topics also.
Yes, that I request everyone to kindly direct message me, and because we don't have those polls over here. 4 more people left. Three more to go. Okay, perfect. Toastmaster Heath, do you want to remind something?
Picture time, is it?
Yep. Toastmaster Meenu is not there, I think. Toastmaster Kamaljeet, Toastmaster Revati, anyone, can you help?
Or else me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll let the privilege be to Heath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any emojis or anything happening there? You're welcome to put on any emojis, come over on the camera. I can see a lot of hearts today. Let me put one. Yep.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Heath. Thank you so much. And with that, I have results in my hands, and it is the most exciting session. Do you want to know the awards? Okay, do you want to know who is the best speaker of today's meeting? The best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Kamalji. The best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster Chintan. The best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Sandeep. The best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Yash for a counter. And the best main role player award goes to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. With that, anyone, the floor is open for the roles. Anyone who would like to take Toastmaster of the Day slot?
For Sunday, I'm in Toastmaster of the Day for Sunday.
Toastmaster. Okay, table topic master is gone. Toastmaster Kamaljeet, you can note it down. For Tuesday, do we have any Toastmaster of the Day or General Evaluator?
I'll be the general evaluator.
Perfect. Toastmaster Revati for General Evaluator, and we will message in the group. Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
KTM for Tuesday too, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Table topping master for Tuesday also. Like I'm
That
having
will
a lot of feeling for topics, so I guess for the next week I reserve myself.
Okay, noted down. Perfect. So now we'll move on for our guest feedback, not introduction. And I would like to call upon guest visiting Toastmaster Gio. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Well, I certainly enjoyed every speaker, all the role players, and certainly the whole ambience of the club. I can certainly say that you guys have a good talent over here. And having said that, I had a talk with my president, and I would like to invite each and every one of you to my club as well, to Kochi Toastmasters Club. In case if anyone's interested, you can contact Kamaya, and she can probably give my number. So welcome. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gio, and thank you so much for the invite. I will definitely share the link. If you can just update me, and then I'll float it. Thank you so much. Hope to see you once again as a visiting Toastmaster and for more roles. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Chintan.
Thank you so much, Madam President. It's always been joy and privilege to attend your meetings. Today's session was the same. always enjoy. And as I always say, that USP of your club is enthusiasm you guys have. And keep doing the great work, and we will keep coming to your club. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. And it is our club, not your club. Okay, thank you so much, and see you soon in our meetings. And any more guests? Okay, Toast guest Ashutosh. Would you like to share a few words with us?
Yeah, I really like the session, and especially I learned a lot from you. Yeah, especially how you're interacting and like how you're connecting everyone. I really do want to learn I want to like be like you, like like
Okay, was that for me?
like you're connecting everyone and like making it like you really the one who like making it a team game like
that is so sweet, and I lost words. Thank you so much, guest Ashutosh, and won't be calling guest from now on. Hope to see you soon, and hope to see you as a Toastmaster. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, now moving on, I would like to call upon guest Toastmaster Amit Kumar. It's really difficult to remember.
Okay, so I'm still a guest, and thank you for having me. Although I didn't speak, but I listened very carefully. I enjoyed the vibes, and I will definitely keep on visiting on regular basis. And thank you again.
Thank you so much, Amit. It's really great to have you here. And next time you can definitely go for table topics. And yes, I hope you got so many things, because listening skills is the second skill, which is like behind curtains, but we learn a lot from that. So thank you so much for joining us. Then do we have any more guests? Okay, Sofing. Toastmaster Radha, it was your first meeting.
Yes.
Would you like to share a few words with us?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Actually, today is my first day, and I thought that I will take part in table topic, but I was forgot to nominate myself. I was waiting that my turn will come, and at the end of the all speakers spoke, that I wondered what happened. Then I come to know that I didn't nominated myself, so I missed today's chance, and I saved myself from breaking out in cold sweat.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Next time.
Yeah, now I come to know I have to nominate myself to speak, and it was a great experience, and I think I will learn a lot, and whatever my phobia is, like I get very frightened to speak in front of public, that will come out of from me. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Radha, and you will definitely learn. Even though you didn't speak in table topics, this was really good and flawless. And you also used idiom of the day. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on, Toastmaster Mrityunjay, would you like to share a few words, your first experience in Toastmasters meeting as a Toastmaster?
Yeah. So as a couple of weeks I was attending as a guest, and this is my first induction meeting, as you can say, as a Toastmaster. So yeah, I enjoy the whatever the speeches, and I am eager and enthusiastic to give my speech in the next session, and I am also excited about my icebreaker speech very coming soon, and waiting for that. And I am also eager to take part a role of different roles like evaluator and what time taker, AH reporter, and whatever the Toastmaster of the day. All those roles I like to take it. So yeah, it's gradually I will take it. So nice to hear from all of you, and it's very great day and it's a great session.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mrityunjay. And yes, do connect with our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Kamaljeet, and she will definitely help you with your pathways and your speech objectives and speeches. Okay, moving on to Toastmaster Neha. How was your first experience as a Toastmaster and as a role player?
Wonderful, actually. I had cold feet before actually giving this, playing a timer. I asked Maya last minute that should I do this, should I do that? I was constantly messaging her personally on the Zoom chat. Should I present my screen? Should I not present my screen? Finally, everything that's over with. And it was a good experience, actually.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha. And yes, thanks for taking the role. And now I hope you don't have that cold feet anymore.
No, I don't.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha. And I'm sorry, I forgot one visiting Toastmaster. So Toastmaster Manish, over to you.
Whenever I attend Toastmaster meeting with you, every time enjoy. When in my town where I live, we don't have any Toastmaster club. Toastmaster went online when this COVID broke. I remember first time when I attended Toastmaster meeting in your club, I was not able to speak more than 1 minute. I think after 40 seconds, I was stuck. And then I took it as challenge. Whenever I attend Toastmaster meeting with you, I always request that I want to speak table topic. And today, by the grace of you and God, I have the confidence that I can speak table topic. I enjoy attending the Toastmaster meeting with you. I live in a small town. Toastmaster has made this world as a global village. That you live in Pune, a big city, where I've been many times. I used to stay in Osho Ashram. I love your city, and I enjoy attending Toastmaster meeting with you. Over to the Toastmaster, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manish. It really touches somewhere when it comes to Toastmaster, and you must have known that secret of Toastmasters, what Toastmasters give us, and it totally transforms us. Even it transformed me from not speaking at all to taking control and learning many things. So thank you so much, and hope to see you once again in our future meetings. With that, I would like to conclude our today's session and would stop the recording. So thank you so much.